continuar operaciones militares hasta imponer, entrar el país.
To continue military operations until imposing, administering the country, and eventually, as your president pointed out, continuing military operations until imposing a political transition. This sets an extremely dangerous precedent for regional and global stability. Chile reaffirms that respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of states is a red line that must not be crossed under any circumstances, and that it is also an essential pillar of international law. Sovereignty is a formality. It is the essential guarantee that protects countries from external forces, arbitrariness, and the law of the strongest. Today it is Venezuela. Tomorrow it could be anyone else. Likewise, the threat of unilateral external control of its natural or strategic resources constitutes a serious violation of the principle of territorial integrity and jeopardizes the security, sovereignty, and stability of all states in the region. If they can do it there, why can't they do it elsewhere in the future? This fact is part of an alarming geopolitical context in which force is increasingly replacing rules as a mechanism for resolving international conflicts. Normalizing this logic erodes the multilateral system, weakens democracy on a global scale, and exposes all countries, especially those with less relative power, to unilateral decisions imposed by military force. Democracy cannot be built through force or imposition. Chile urgently calls on the United Nations to take an active and immediate role, using all available mechanisms to prevent military escalation, protect the civilian population, and re-establish a framework for a political and peaceful solution in accordance with the United Nations Charter. To this end, we are coordinating with various governments. Chile will act as it always has, with responsibility, consistency, and firmness, defending principles that we consider inalienable: non-violence, the sovereignty of states, the prohibition of the use or threat of force, the peaceful settlement of disputes, and the full application of international law. I will now leave you with our ministers, so that they can answer your questions. Thank you very much. Indeed, the President has been in contact with leaders of other countries. Specifically, he has had several conversations with President Petro of Colombia, Venezuela's neighbor, and he also received a call from the Spanish Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez. A conversation with President Orsi of Uruguay is pending and will take place in a couple of hours. In addition to that, we have also been in contact with, let's say, advisors from Brazil and Mexico to arrange conversations at the presidential level, probably tomorrow. Chile has always advocated for a peaceful transition in Venezuela. Our position on the Maduro regime is well known. President Boric was one of the harshest critics of Maduro's dictatorship, and we have tried many times to play a mediating role to bring about a peaceful solution and generate a peaceful transition to democracy in Venezuela. Unfortunately, this was not possible. It did not depend on us, nor on some other Latin American countries that shared the same effort, and unfortunately, in the end, the outcome we are lamenting occurred.